It's that time again when technology freaks out, nothing goes as planned, and people that you haven't talked to in years suddenly appear out of the blue. Ooh, and my favorite part, you have something to blame everything on. It's time for Mercury retrograde. But before you panic, let's think of all the good things that can come from Mercury being retrograde.
A few moments later.
Oh, you don't know any, and you feel like there's no way to prepare? Well, this video is for you. Hey Astro Babes, this is Ashley of More Than Your Sun Astrology. Today we're going to learn how to turn the fear and confusion of Mercury retrograde into calm and clarity. In this video, I'm going to give you my top 3 ways to prepare for Mercury retrograde so that you can navigate it with confidence and ease. By the end of this video, you'll know what a retrograde is, how you can best utilize its energy, and the top 3 things you can do to prepare for it. If you're ready to turn chaos into calm with me, first hit that subscribe button and let's jump right into it. I like to think of a retrograde as a ball rolling forward and backward over an area. When the ball's rolling forward, that's the planet in direct motion, and when the ball rolls backwards, that's the planet in retrograde motion. Now, just to be clear, retrogrades are optical illusions. It appears like the planet is moving backwards from our perspective here on Earth. Just to throw that out there so no astronomy person gets upset with me. When a planet is not moving in its normal direction at its normal pace, we can expect some hiccups to occur because the energy doesn't express like it normally does. Since we're talking about Mercury, we're going to think about Mercury topics: technology, computers, cell phones, TVs, transportation, cars, planes, motorcycles, boats, forms and documentation, communication in general, talking, writing, texting. Mercury also has to do with scheduling, like paying attention to detail and managing time. These are just a few topics to keep in mind, but this is why when Mercury is retrograde, issues can appear around these topics. We're warned about technology glitches. We hear about delays and things not going according to plan. And there can be so many miscommunications, even like you mean to text or email someone and then you accidentally send it to the wrong person. Thinking about all these potential mishaps can really cause stress. We fear the chaos. So what do we do about it? Well, we prepare. As the tarot lady Teresa Reed says, we can be prepared and not scared. This is what astrology is for. It's to help you see what energy is coming your way, not so you can be scared of it, but so that you can use it to prepare. If I went and straightened my hair right before I learned it's about to rain outside, I'm not going to be scared to go outside because of the rain. I'm going to tuck my hair under my hood, get my umbrella, I'm going to go outside. Now, I could also choose to not do those things and go outside without taking those precautions because I don't know for sure it's going to rain. It's just expected. So I go outside, my hair gets rained on, and I can't get mad because I knew what to expect. I could have prepared. I could have had all my tools ready, but I chose not to. Don't be that person. This is why I do these videos for you, so that you can know what to expect. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, this is the perfect time to hit that button and subscribe. So how do you prepare for Mercury retrograde? Well, there's a few ways. I'm gonna give you the top 3. And number 3, without a doubt, is the most important, so you don't wanna miss it. But first, number 1 is to look at all the topics Mercury governs, all Mercury topics. These are what I would say are the main ones. If there's anything on this list that you know you need to take care of, you should do it immediately. So for example, transportation is on the list. That includes cars. If your car is making a funny noise, if you haven't paid your tags, if the window is sticking when you push the button to roll it up, whatever it is, you should take care of it now. Because when Mercury is retrograde, the issues can get bigger. This is probably the most tangible thing you can do to prepare, because if you're already experiencing material issues with actual items that fall under Mercury topics, I would bet money that these issues will amplify when Mercury is retrograde. So take care of your shit. Number 2, the second thing we can do to prepare for Mercury retrograde is to plan ahead. Remember what I was talking about with the weather and how we could expect the rain? Well, knowing the astrological energy is a weather report for your life. Just like the weather person would tell you to expect rain all week, I'm telling you to expect things to come up with Mercury topics. But by planning ahead, we can actively prepare. Let's take scheduling, for example. If I have an event to attend and I need to be there by a certain time, I'm gonna leave a little bit earlier than I normally would because I'm gonna plan for delays. If it would normally take me 30 minutes to get there, during Mercury retrograde, I'm gonna leave 45 minutes to an hour early. This is not a time where you wanna be rushing to get anywhere. You don't wanna get into an accident or arrive late to your event. Expect for delays and scheduling mishaps to occur. And when they do, you'll cause yourself a lot less stress if you can just go with the flow and stay flexible. Another Mercury topic, and this is probably one of the biggest ones, is communication. So during the retrograde, we're more likely to have miscommunications. However, you can plan for this by double, even triple checking your itineraries and emails and text messages before you hit the send button. This could influence situations where you accidentally misread the time you're supposed to be somewhere, or like I said earlier, you accidentally send the text or email to the wrong person. You don't want those problems. Also, be mindful of how you communicate to try to avoid conflicts. This is a time where you might have to provide more clarity on your intentions to ensure that whoever you're talking to understands your message correctly. This brings me to number 3, and the most important way for you to prepare for Mercury retrograde. Drum roll, please. Slow down. Slow down. Mercury essentially is moving in reverse. So for you to make the most of this energy, you're being called to slow down and contemplate how you want to move forward without actually starting anything new. This is a time that calls for you to do the RE words. Revise, revisit, reassess, review anything that's already been in progress but you haven't been able to move forward on. This is now the time to work out the kinks and adjustments on what needs to be addressed. A lot of times we can move so fast through life that we're always thinking about what's next. We can also sometimes put things off. I'll get to scheduling that appointment tomorrow. I'll get that car noise checked out next week. And we never get around to it. Time passes by and before you know it, it's 2 months later. Well, during Mercury retrograde, the universe is allotting you time to consider where you are right now. This time period is for you to turn your focus to how you can improve whatever's currently in front of you. Instead of starting new projects, this is the time to focus on revising and editing and improving existing ones. Take a moment to reflect on what has and hasn't worked in your life and make those proper adjustments now so that when Mercury goes direct, you're ready to move forward on more solid foundation. Do not, I repeat, do not start anything new during Mercury retrograde. This is the time to slow down, observe, and adjust. A quick rehash of the 3 things you can do to prepare for Mercury retrograde. But first, if you're still with me, please hit that subscribe button right now. Number 1, take care of any tangible items on the Mercury topic list. Any of these items are prone to mishaps during Mercury retrograde. And by any, I mean all. Number 2, plan ahead. Leaving early will help you arrive on time. Double check your itineraries and triple check that text messages and emails are going to the correct person. Also, be willing to clarify thoughts and ideas to avoid communication mishaps. And number 3, and most important, is to slow down. Remember the RE words, do the RE words, and stay open and adaptable to change. Well, that does it for this video. I hope you got some good tools and insights and feel more hopeful about Mercury retrograde and what it's actually intended for. Let me know in the comments if you found this information helpful to you. I'm also curious to know what parts about the retrograde you are or are not looking forward to. So let me know and I'll see you in the next video.